Good morning, Facebook. Can you see my face? It looks kind of the lighting looks a little bit weird. Okay, that's probably a bit better. Okay, so greetings everyone. June Allen here, your racial sobriety mentor from juneallen.net, and I teach black women how to heal from the impact of racism with racial sobriety and personal empowerment. Apologies for being a bit late this morning, fam. I did put that I was going to be on at 9 o'clock, but the little handover and stuff with my daughter and stuff took a little bit longer than I expected. But anyway, that's life, that's how it goes sometimes. So I hope you are all doing well. So today's topic, I wanted to share a tool with you. I wanted to share one of the books that I'm reading, one of the books that I read as part of my my morning ritual. And one of the things that this is one of the things that I'm working with my mentees in self-love rehab. And so yeah, I just thought it would be nice to kind of, as I'm teaching them how to set up their morning routines and stuff like that, as it relates to racial wellness, I thought, you know what, I'm going to share some of the stuff, with you guys, just little tidbits of it, so you can get an idea as to what we're doing in there. So before I go into that, I'm just going to go into some housekeeping as always. So the first thing is, hang on, where am I? Let me just get my notes. Yes, the first piece of housekeeping is that Self-Love Rehab is now open. Self-Love Rehab is a 12-week course for either those that want to start from scratch at the beginning, or if you have started your healing journey already and you want to get some more of an understanding of the cultural context of where you are, then this course is for you. It's 12 weeks, 6 modules. And I take you through a process of how to set up your daily routines around wellness, how to understand what your triggers are, what are the characteristics of self-hate. I go really deep into that. What exactly is racism? And we'll be looking at Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's work around what racism is and stuff like that. So it's going to give you an idea. Hi, thanks for joining. Gosh, what else? Oh, and it's anchored by a 90-day empowerment goal setting thing. So it's going to be I've been working. I've been going through the process myself, and just through some of the stuff that I've spoken to my mentees and stuff about. It's really. Yeah, it's a game changer. It's a game changer because not only is it increasing your self-knowledge, but you're also putting a vision in place for your own wellness. And a lot of people don't always do that. Everybody sets goals for the year. They set goals around business. They set goals around so many other different things. But who's actually setting goals around wellness? How do you actually even know what setting up goals for wellness is? So this is what this is about. It's helping you to go back to basics, to understand your values and all of that kind of stuff. And then also, part of that is actually having a vision for your wellness and then doing what you need to do to make that happen. I'm just going to adjust this light a little bit. I don't know why, but it looks really, my face looks really dark on this. I think maybe it'll be all right when it comes out, but it just looks really, the lighting doesn't look great on anyway, we'll see. It looks all right on Instagram, but on Facebook, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's housekeeping number 1. Housekeeping number 2 is actually, I'm not going to tell you about housekeeping number 2 because there's some adjustments that need to be made around the Ghana trip, so I'm not going to tell you about Ghana yet, but there's some adjustments that need to be made around that. But anyway, I am going to Ghana in November with Faith, but don't go to the page yet because I've got to make some adjustments first before I do it. Right, yeah, because the percentages are being changed and whatever. There's going to be an opportunity for you to get 10% off the full price and whatnot. But I want to make sure I do it first before I go into it. So anyway, that's the housekeeping out the way. Right, so for those of you that have just joined, my name is June Allen from juneallen.net, and I teach black women how to heal from the impact of racism with racial sobriety and personal empowerment. So today's topic is all about my favourite book. My favourite book. It's book of the week. I'm going to start sharing more of the sort of things that I do on a daily basis. And this session is inspired by Self-Love Rehab, the 12-week course that's now open. And what I've been doing is I've been sharing with my mentees as part of the first module how to set up their morning routine. And part of setting up that morning routine is having different meditation books, you know, some really nice inspirational writing. You know, the meditation books I'm talking about are the, you know, those ones where, you know, they go throughout the whole year, and there might be like a piece of writing with an affirmation or whatever, and a topic for you to think about. But it's inspiring, and it's kind of makes you think about things. So, and I've got so many different types of books like that, but there are some certain ones that I tend to go back to all the time. So the one that I want to talk to you about today is this one. Okay, if you click the link in the bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. I don't know if it's going to be reversed. I don't know if you're going to get the gist of it. But it's called Daily Affirmations, and it's by a lady called Rokelle, Lerner, and it's basically for adult children of alcoholics. Now, what I will say first and foremost is that just because it says for adult children of alcoholics, it doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you. It may not apply to you. Okay, hi, thanks for joining. Because, and I say that because this actually, it's for dysfunctional families as well. It's not just for people that grew up in alcoholic families. And I find it really useful as well, because not only do you get the context of, you know, how you need to take care of yourself and stuff, if you were raised in a family that was kind of chaotic or dysfunctional in any sort of way, but also it gives you an insight into the relationship between you as a black person and living under the system of racism, which is really, really important. So there are kind of two layers to think about when you're using this book. Now, just to define what an adult child is, an adult child is basically somebody who basically has got an adult body. You're living as an adult, but your thinking and your behaviours and stuff like that are very much stuck in a childlike place. So it might be that, as an example, you grew up around a lot of chaos as a child. You were very fearful as a child. Maybe you know there was an abusive element as well to you growing up. And so that fear and that pain that you had, if you hadn't been to therapy, if you haven't done any of that sort of work, then it means that a lot of that stuff, those things that happened at that young age, is you're still stuck in that survival behaviour. Yeah, you're still stuck in that behaviour. Hi Yvonne, thanks for joining. Yeah, so you find you just basically find it difficult to basically, or you're not, it's not that you find it difficult, but you don't know, you don't have any experience of what it means to be an adult, emotionally being an adult, because you're stuck in that childlike place. That's basically in a nutshell what an adult child is. Yeah, so basically, you know, there is a recovery, a recovery fellowship called Adult Child of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. So that's kind of where this book has come from. But this woman, she's a psychotherapist, and this book, I mean, you can see how worn it is. I mean, I did buy it secondhand, but there's so many things that I love about this book. So anyway, so the reason why I've chosen this as book of the week, there's three reasons why I chose it as a book of the week. Number one is it really does teach you how to nurture your inner parent, how to nurture your inner ally, how to connect with your inner ally. Because a lot of us, when we're stuck in that place of that childlike place of not being able to take care of ourselves, not understanding what our feelings and needs mean, stuck in that childlike place of survival, because, you know, when you're in that place as a child where this stuff is going on, it's very difficult to kind of mature emotionally. It's very difficult to mature emotionally because you're stuck in that position. You're stuck in that place of fear. So it's difficult for you to mature emotionally. So when the healing process, if that's your experience, the healing process requires you to access that part of yourself that can parent, that can parent you, that can nurture you. There are different parts of us. There are different ages. There are different parts of us. Some of us are conscious of it. Some of us are unconscious of it. But the healing process is really about learning how to self-nurture, learning how to regulate your emotions, learning how to take care of the wounded parts of yourself, the childlike parts of yourself that never really got the empathy, the compassion, all of that kind of stuff. So this book is all about that. This book is all about that. Not all of it, obviously, but it does make reference to the whole idea of taking care of yourself in a really loving, compassionate, gentle way. And that's one of the things I really love about it. I feel connected to my inner adult, and I feel like the book almost becomes like a pseudo parent, I suppose. It's like a reminder, because sometimes when you're used to externalizing care, when you're always looking for other people to look after you, but you don't know how to look after yourself, hence again this is linked to the adult child thing, it's difficult to come out of it. It's difficult to do that stuff, and you need to be reminded. I need to be reminded all the time that, oh yeah, I've got to remember to take care of myself today. How can I take care of myself today? And these are all part of the conversations again that I'm having with the people in my self-love rehab group. It's about asking them questions about, what is their support network like, and things like that, because your support network is really going to mirror it needs to mirror kind of like a pseudo family that's really going to help you to not only remind you how to take care of yourself, but remind you how to set boundaries. It's going to help you to connect, help you to foster a sense of belonging, all of that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I will say as well, that actually I've been through the last few weeks, is as part of this process as well around the self-love rehab, one of my wellness goals is to, I realised first and foremost when I was exploring it, that I didn't have a lot of people in my circle that were almost like pseudo parents. I needed people in my circle that were further along in the journey than me. I needed people in my circle that could advise me, nurture me, and kind of meet that need that I have for elders. For elders that were wiser than me, that I trusted, that I could take things to and stuff like that. So kind of in the process at the moment of kind of looking for a new therapist that's kind of there's some different needs that I have now around my wellness. So I'm looking for a new therapist that's actually going to help me do that. That is what it means to be an adult, recognizing what my needs are, recognizing what my values are, and then actually being proactive and looking for somebody, a therapist for me. I'm looking for somebody who is, who's going to become like a pseudo parent. I need a pseudo parent that's going to help me to work through this stuff. And sometimes, like having this book in particular is kind of like a little reminder, like a little, it's like a really gentle, loving reminder that, okay, you really do need to remember to do this stuff, remember to take care of yourself, because my default is self-abandonment. My default is to not take care of myself. That's where my brain always goes. And so having these little things to do every day as part of my morning routine is a really nice reminder that I need to take care of myself. So I'm going to read today's one. So today's is, let's have a look. Today's is the 20th of July. So let me just read today's one. It's really nice. So the title of it is Relaxing, and it says, today I will set aside 10 minutes for me. Today I will take time off from my daily routine. I will make a conscious effort to separate from work, from stress and pressure. I will give myself free time to loaf, to notice new terrain, to have a special treat. I never seem to get time off from stress in my alcoholic family. What I will say as well that will help, just pausing briefly, is that when you read through these books and they talk about alcoholic, just change the word alcoholic to dysfunctional. Yeah, so then you can either look at that in the sense of either your family dynamic or as a sense of living under the system of racism. So you can just do it like that. So take out the word alcoholic and just put the word dysfunctional. Yeah. So I never seem to get time off from stress in my dysfunctional family or social family as it relates to white supremacy. It was my task to be alert and ready to cope with any emergency. There was no vacation from tension. Now I can take time off for myself. I can take time off today to journey into new thoughts, restful interludes, new prayers of health and healing. I will set aside 10 minutes today to read, to meditate, or to simply relax. Time off helps me gain control of my own direction and sense of purpose. I really love that, because it's just, when you're used to chaos and you're used to pain, even though it's unnatural, but a lot of us do live with a lot of pain, it's hard to remember to relax. We have to be reminded that it's okay to be relaxed. We need permission. We need permission to, to relax. So I love this book because it really does give me, I love the reminders. I absolutely love the reminders. So the second reason that I love this book as well is that, the wins are quick. There's quick wins in there. So just like reading today's, okay, it was very gentle. There was no kind of deep trauma or anything. It wasn't a deep text or anything like that, but it was just a reminder to if I hadn't done already, to set aside time just for me. Now, as part of my morning routine, I've already done that. I did my meditation. I did my meditation with my daughter. She sat with me today and went through the meditation. I've been recording some meditations as well. And I did a really nice one yesterday, which is all about a really simple body check-in with some really nice affirmations and stuff at the end of it. And that is also part of the self-love rehab course. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I've had my 10 minutes today. But it's just, when you're not used to having these things as part of your day, normally you just get up and just get on. If you're one of those people that just gets up and just kind of jumps into the day, this is a really, I love today's one because it's just a reminder to kind of make sure you connect with yourself first, to connect with my higher self first, to connect with my higher power or whatever it is, or connect with nature or whatever, before I connect with everybody else. And it's just a reminder that, I'm not a workhorse, I'm not a mule, and I need to take time out for myself, even if it's 10 minutes. So make sure you take your 10 minutes today, okay? So the third thing, which is kind of what I've already talked about, is the fact that, the affirmations and the topics in here are quite often really, really gentle. The tools are really gentle, and they're doable. I think sometimes with, doing this work, and I can be sort of guilty of this as well. It's easy to kind of always focus on, the really difficult things, the pain, the trauma, the difficult conversations that you have in therapy, all of that kind of stuff. It's difficult. It's easy to kind of get stuck in a lot of those conversations. And I think that, and this can be, again, part of the conversation around being used to chaos, being used to pain, being used to suffering, almost like compulsively, being used to the suffering part of it. So one of the things that I love about this book is that it really does keep it simple. It's really, really gentle. And the wins are really quick. They're easy wins, which is great, which is what we want. We want to feel like we're achieving stuff. It helps to build confidence. It helps to build self-esteem when we keep these really small little promises to ourselves. And the whole thing around keeping promises, again, is another thing that's in the self-love rehab course. Part of the morning routine that I've been teaching my students is to keep one promise to you. Keep one promise to yourself. Keep one promise to yourself. That's how you start to build trust in yourself, and to start to build self-esteem, is to keep that one promise. So that's it. I just wanted to jump on and tell you about my book of the week. So if you're interested in getting this book, you can click the link in the bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. Thank you for joining me today. Whatever you choose to do on this lively Saturday morning, I hope that you enjoy it. If you're interested in joining us for Self-Love Rehab, then obviously click the link in the bio and sign up. There are also, you can either pay outright, or there are also payment options available as well. So yeah, have a great Saturday. If you know someone that's that is looking for a really nice book or whatever to do with morning meditations or whatever, that's from a dysfunctional family or whatever, or just need some simple tools, then tag them and let them know. Oh, thank you, Yvonne, really appreciate it. I hope your meditation thing goes well on Sunday. Yeah, look forward. I really hope it goes well. So whatever you're doing, thank you for joining, and I will see you next time. All right, take care. Bye.